the switch has been flipped, or the flip has been switched. Good morning, hello, and welcome to the channel. These are potatoes, and this lovely kettle over here has boiled for this lovely coffee over here. Now you may be wondering, why have I started my video with this? Well, you see, the switch has been flipped. The dial that boils the frog is done. We're done with the dial. We're done with dialing things up. The flip has been switched, or the switch has been flipped. Anywho, for those who know, you know what I'm talking about. And for those of you who know me, you will know that I'm a South African, and I do tend to focus on some American politics, and I do tend to talk about this stuff, and I have done for approximately a decade. So, lefties, you're a little late to the party here. Now, you may wonder, why would a South African look at American politics? Well, yeah, right there. That's why. This is my local paper. And this is the bullshit that we have had to put up with. You artsy motherfuckers seriously don't know jack shit about masculinity. There is not a masculine face here. So I really don't trust the writing. This is why I have been complaining about entertainment for approximately a decade, as I said. And merely the point that has been, I suppose, we're trying to make here is quite a simple one. Stop shoving your beliefs in our faces and expecting us to simply believe it. It's disgusting. And even more to the point here, the more you try to push your social engineering, the more masculine men will reject it. Because you see, the testosterone running through our bloodstream doesn't make us angry. That is bullshit, and any feminist who told you that is a liar. No, let me tell you what it does. It makes us disagree. According to our own logic. That's what it does. It's really as simple as that. So if you have 10 people all rushing toward the same stupid goal, you'll have the guy with the degree of testosterone going, no, I don't think I'm going to do that. That is the easiest explanation that you're probably ever going to hear anyone tell you, but it's really basic human nature, actually. And that's the thing about you woke fucks, is that you really are fighting human nature. You're fighting it just endlessly. Even your own nature, which is just, hey, it's not very mentally healthy. And in that instance, why would the rest of humanity, why would we trust someone who is mentally unstable to dictate to us how we should live? Yeah, shut the fuck up. We're done with your crap. We're not listening to you anymore. Mostly because everybody who disagrees with you either ends up broke or dead. And yeah, I think, as I said, we're done with that. Anyway, I'm going to put my phone down briefly, and I'm going to open this up because it's a fresh seal, and trying to do this with two fingers is a bit of a stupid move. Reality. Look at that, physics. This is physics. This is reality. It's awkward holding a phone and doing this. So you see, practical thing to create outcome. Now, if I hadn't let go of my phone, nothing would happen. You see, this is why you morons need to let go of your woke shit, because basically you're trying to physically do something and you're physically incapable of doing it because you're attaching yourself to these beliefs. You want everybody to not be racist, but then you turn around and you're the most grossly fucking racist human being on the face of the earth. Well, yeah, pretty much, yeah. Just for an example. Anyway, now that I have put the news aside, we can go on to more important things, like the indoor garden update. So hello everybody, and I realize it's been a long time since we've connected like this and had a chat, and I've been able to show off the things that I've been doing. Things have been very busy, very difficult, quite challenging, and all of this has been ongoing. So anyone go, well, you just focus on this woke American politics or something, or this fucking stupid politics. Why does it matter? Oh, whatever. Okay, well, that's not the only thing that I do. See, while I occasionally comment on Twitter and things, I also grow stuff. So here's a mulberry, and I make soil as well. So okay, I think it's time that we get a few things clear here. All of this is gathered material, and I haven't thrown any of it away. I've just gathered leaves and all sorts of stuff like that, and things have decomposed and broken down, and things are growing in it. So you really don't have to spend a massive amount of money in order to get things to happen. Some of these things I don't really know what they are, but this over here is a baby tree, and it's very stinky when you cut it. So yeah, I can't identify it just yet. Not sure of the name. I'm sure that it'll come to me eventually. So if anything fails, what do? I just, oh, this poor thing died. Oh, wow, terrible. Oh, the absolute tragedy. Fuel for the fire. Ooh. So, tree, flower bush thingy. These do flower, actually. Nice little yellow flowers. Very cool. Excuse me, I need to hang up on something. Rejected a call. Fantastic. Here we have a mulberry. Every now and then, handy tip for any indoor gardener. Do yourself a favor. Every now and then, dust off your leaves. Dust off your leaves. Give them a wipe down or something like that, because sometimes they can get some pests or dust going on, and then you get a little bit of, you get your plants struggling a little bit. It happens. Airflow, quite important. Over here we have 2 avocados. This one, I don't know. This one at the back here, I don't know. It's not doing too well, but it has grown a new stalk there and a new stalk there, and it just keeps going. This one, not too shabby, looking okay. Definitely going to be giving all of this entire row some sunlight pretty soon. These are granadillas. Yeah, they're not doing too well right now, but that's okay. It's not the end of the world. Some grass granadillas. This has been munched on, but it is doing okay because the leaf is still alive. Excellent. I think this was a slug. Now for a bit of a surprise. This over here is the old black nightshade. So, popped out a whole bunch of new growth after I cut it back. And so this has been through 1 fruiting season already. They make very delicious little blackberries. Do not eat them while they're green. That's all I'm saying. Don't eat them while they're green. Wait until they go completely black, and then you're good. They're nice and sweet and delicious. A few more mulberries. Over here at the back we have what looks like I'm gonna say lemon or apple. I want to say apple. I would love it if it was an apple tree. Please be an apple seedling. It would make me so fucking happy. Be good. Survive. Over here, the turmeric. We have turmeric. It's a lovely root crop. Quite handy to grow and rather delicious when it comes to things like curry and yellow food. Over here we have an aloe. Down here we have something else, and in this pot over here, this is actually a potato, and it creeped out down there, and so I thought I'd just fill in some soil, but it doesn't really seem to be dropping roots, so, or maybe that is. Woo, that might be a root. Okay, maybe I want to bury that again. But I'll see if I can't make this little potato a bit more comfortable. Right, moving on. We have a tamarillo tree, mulberry, another mulberry. We go over the back here, we have avocado. Ooh, avocado. This one I'm very happy with because it has this lovely split stem branching out there. Very cool. Beans. Peas. Doing okay. Of the other peas that I've planted, they've not done too well. Sort of gotten eaten by spider mites, but that's okay because it means I have an attractor. I figured out that peas in this space attracts the spider mites, and therefore I can bait them. I can just make a bait crop, so to speak, where I just grow a bunch of peas, and then the mites go to the peas, and then I just take all of the peas and remove them. Excellent. Over here we have some baby potatoes. Yeah, I don't know what I'm going to get out of this, because this is a really teeny tiny container. I'm going to get the smallest potatoes ever, and it's going to be so cute, because teeny tiny little potatoes are cute. This is a purple prince. It's looking a bit rough, and I have been trying to nurse it back to health for some time. It's still doing stuff like this, so I think it's alive, and I think it's doing okay, but something obviously is not quite right here. Anywho, got an aloe under here, under the delicious monster, which, speaking of which, is quite big. Now, this has grown quite a bit. All of these are cuttings. All of these have taken root. All of these lovely little inch plants and wandering dew. We have some potatoes at the back here as well, and a tomato plant. A couple of succulents along the bottom. Snake plants. Very cool. Where am I moving? Where am I moving from here? Okay, I'll just... So over here we have a very nice looking onion, avocado. I think this might be avocado as well, but looking pretty good. Looking like the new ones are sprouting up quite happily. I have had to fight off one or two aphids, but that's not the end of the world. They're pretty easy to wipe off. A teeny tiny ganja plant. Another teeny tiny ganja plant. Over here we have something very cool. This is a sycamore tree. And I'm very happy that this cutting is alive, because sycamores are notoriously tricky. I don't know. They don't want to be cuttings for some reason. Here we have some wild garlic, very delicious in frying things, and it's great. It's lovely stuff. The more you can grow, the better. That's in amongst some very it's dry-looking wandering Jew. Couple more onions for some chives. Here we have a few glasses that I've been just experimenting growing some stuff in. Spider plants over here. We have a black nightshade over here, which cutting is looking really good. And the lovely thing about clear containers is that you can see the roots. You can see the roots actually take form and shape, and that's pretty rad. I like that. This over here is getting rather root bound. At some point, this is just all going to be roots. You can see lots and lots and lots of little white lines there showing roots. Okay, right, moving on. And I have to back up because this whole room is full of shit. Okay. Down here we have some potato popping up through the soil. Excellent, very good stuff. Just like this potato plant, which is what I want. This is what I want out of a potato plant. Okay, so thick stem over here, some nice healthy looking leaves. We're not spindly, so we're not really getting, it's not leggy, you know what I mean? We're not getting too much stem, because you want the stem to be nice and strong. You can see that's nice and strong there and springy. Very cool. At the bottom here, we just have a couple of yogurt tubs with a few things in there, just for sprouting. And here is going to be a fun time. I'm really hoping that this stuff takes off. In here, I have cumin, which is a wonderful spice for curries and just flavor in general. Just really great spice. I have another avocado in here, and I definitely need to water that. I've forgotten. Another avocado. Onion. Probably avocado. Onion. Ganja. Onion. Ganja. They're doing okay. But I must admit, they do tend to get a bit of that white fluffy stuff. Damn it, I can't remember. Mildew, powdery mildew in my place. So I've had to kind of just almost not bother. Like, there are some things that just tend to be prone to it, like tomatoes. Like, Jesus Christ, when I've tried to grow tomatoes in this space, it has gone quite badly. Corn, looking pretty good. I think the powdery mildew thing is really just because I can't water from above too much, and so impact of like water on the leaves is not really washing off the powdery mildew nonsense. Sigh, very annoying. Anyway, moving on. Over here we have a couple of aloes. I'm keeping these in smaller containers because they're not really worth that much to me. They may become worthwhile when they find larger homes, or larger spaces to go into. Down here we have 2 cuttings that I snatched from someone's garden, and they are somehow still alive, which is pretty cool. I don't necessarily like this plant per se. It does create little thorn things on it when it gets too big, and that means handling it can be a little bit annoying. But I'm trying to bonsai it, see if I can't make mini trees out of it. Who knows? If not, whatever. But hey, it's still alive, so I'm going to keep going. Over here we have Stapelia orbea variegata. Ha ha ha! I've learned a name. I know, I've learned a name. It's sort of like a succulent. Very cool. It's just a very cool plant. And when it eventually flowers, it has a thing called they call it the corpse flower. Carrion flower, or the corpse flower, or something like that. It's good. It's good. It's good. Anything that has a name like that. Yes. So over here we have 2 granadilla plants. Looking okay. Maybe a bit dry, but looking all right. Good stuff. Good stuff. It's gonna make for a good start when I plant them into something larger. Mulberry cutting, as I said, there's a lot of experimentation going on in my place. So this is like, oh, this cutting looks like the smallest one I have and it's alive. Fantastic. I'm going to carry on growing it. I can't 100% remember what I've planted in here. Label your stuff, guys. Label your stuff. Beans. Over here we have some beans. Doing okay, but I do also have to constantly wipe this stuff down because of spider mites. It seems to be an attractor as well. So yeah, it'd be good if I could get some predator bugs in here to just fucking eat the little bastards. Would make life so much easier, but hey, it's okay. As I said, if it doesn't succeed, it gets composted. So you want to die from spider mites, no worries, that's okay. Just go for it. I'll plant more, it's fine. Over here we have some lovely little succulent cuttings that, well, sort of cuttings. Like you just take the leaf and you chuck it in there. Anyway, doing okay. Looking pretty good. Nice. Keep going, little guy. You too. Okay. Small inch plants, just because I don't, yeah. And then really super purple wandering Jew. I mean, look at this. I'm trying to get a good shot here. Look at this. Look at this purple. If you could see it there. No, that's silver. No, come on. There. There we go. Has this insane reflective nature going on. It's quite cool. That's probably why I like them. So some more Stapelias. Looking okay. Avocado. There's a lot of avocados going on. I think this is ginger. This is ginger. Can't quite remember exactly what this is, but I think I have another one that may be alive, so that will give me an indicator. I think it's like an oak tree or something, but this one is pretty sad. Fucker. Another mulberry, more wandering Jew, palm tree, baby palm tree. Another avocado with another split, which is very interesting. I think that is a lemon. I think that's a lemon tree. It's a mulberry. And I think this may be another attractor for the spider mites and aphids and nonsense. So I'm probably going to be getting rid of this poor looking pepper plant, which is quite sad. Shame. Just absolutely brutalized. I mean, dude, I've just left you alive. I've just left you alive, and I don't even know if you're gonna even do anything. You look like shit. Sorry, it's true. It's true, dude. You just look like crap. Okay, moving on. Definitely gonna have to have a look-see. Just kind of go over a lot of these plants and try to get rid of all the pests. You see, this is the shit that I'm talking about. This. Look how fucking tiny this is. Okay? Look how fucking tiny this is. This is scale. And they're annoying. I fucking hate these little buggers. Because that is a creature right there. That is a living creature. You can see the ridges on it. You can see that if you look really closely. Fuck you. They're very annoying. Because they're very hard to spot. And fucking... By the time you spot them, you've already got an infection. Okay, that's how it works. Fucking annoying. You know there's going to be more if you see one. So this, I'm not 100% sure exactly what it is, with a cutting given to me by my friend, but I really quite like, I like this blotchy, the blotchy leafness, the blotchy leaf color. This is natural, by the way. So it's complete, and you see, this is also what I'm talking about. Gotta dust this shit. I really should. It's dusty because I've been cleaning my flat for like a month solid. Okay. I'll see to you soon, buddy. Don't worry. Mulberry. And here we go. There's that other one that I was talking about that is actually alive. You can see some new growth going on the nodes here, which is very cool. Nice. I have a baby tree. And this as well is also a baby tree. Not 100% sure what it is. Aloe. Another 3 avocados. Bunch of other things. This is a decorative plant that I found on the side of the road. So, well, okay, there's 2 of them here. There's a big one and a baby. But nice. Nice. Found you on the street and now your leaves are double the size of my hand. Impressive, my lad. Impressive. Another avocado. I have so many avocados. There was a tree that was dropping them during a storm recently, or in the last couple months, and yeah, I decided to pick up a lot. Okay, we have another baby tree. This is grown from seed, so there's a little pod under there. This sapling is popping up from there. This avocado I thought might be dead, but it isn't. You see, again, you see what I mean? This shit there is another one of these little fucking scale motherfuckers. Irritating little bastard. Just see if... See? Fucking... Ugh. I'll use the leaf to get rid of that one. There. Ugh. Right. Onion chives, which are somehow still alive inside of a jar. This is a pumpkin? I think it's a pumpkin. This one, I'm not 100% sure exactly what it is, again, but this is that's the seed pod. Dropping roots down into there. It's looking pretty good. Purple Prince, which is not looking so purple. But it's got lots of new growth, so I totally get that. I get it. It's fine. I think it's some of these things that are this. It's this. This probably the same as this. I don't know what it is. I just grow this stuff. I just work here. So what's next? What's next? Ah, the banyan. The banyan tree is doing okay. This lovely bow-like stem. All of this stuff is looking pretty good as well. Not too shabby. Got some baby succulents at the back there, And this over here is a peanut plant. That's right. This is what a peanut plant looks like. I know, because I have another one. Fuck yes. Excellent. Now over here we have a potato plant that is doing some very weird and interesting things. So this is what I was mentioning before about not wanting them to become leggy. So this little guy has decided it wants to grow up. And we have a new stem for some new leaves coming along there. We did have some bug infestation going on this for a while, and this is why the leaves weren't doing very well, and it just kept going up and up and up and up. I'm assuming because it was trying to get away from the little bugaboos. Aphids are very annoying, but upon stripping a lot of its leaves and stuff like that, we have new growth. We have new growth on the nodes. There. And so it's still got leaves, and it's putting out leaves, and it's trying to survive. So I'm just going to leave it and see what happens. As I do. Mulberry. This granadilla is looking really nice. This one is a cutting taken from, well, it's a place close to a bunch of hobos. So I'm just assuming that it's got wonderful, strong genetics in order to survive that shit. And I'm assuming that this is going to end up being a more prolific granadilla than my previous one. But who knows? At some point, we're going to end up crossbreeding a bunch of granadillas, and it's going to be fun. So down there we have some ginger. Spike my hand on the succulent next to it. Yeah, some ginger popping up here. Another mulberry. This one, I'm not sure exactly what it is, but I just thought, fuck it, it's alive. That is some lavender, and I don't know whether it'll live or not. Over here we have some new growth of a cutting. I came across the name of this tree, or this type of tree, a little while ago at a nursery, and I have completely forgotten it. I don't know what it is about those Latin things, but at some point I'll figure it out. And I'll just got to tear that off. That is a very sad looking leaf. So that's going away. But very nice to see it putting out some new growth here, which is very cool. Also over here as well, look at all this waxy nonsense over here. It looks weird, but you can definitely tell new growth. Awesome. Very cool. Living lavender. We actually have some lavender that survived its cuttings, which is awesome. Granadillas. Stapelias are looking pretty good. Not too shabby. And these ones over here with my little cactus. Oh, well, there's a surprise. Okay, so cacti. Looking pretty good there. Nice. But this over here, well, would you look at that? Little baby cactus. This is an itty bitty little teeny weeny baby cactus. Fantastic. Cactus having babies. This is brilliant. Lanky looking stapelia. And corn. Yes, I have a corn plant, which is, I would say, one of the better ones that I've grown so far, which is fantastic. Especially considering I just bought a bag of popcorn. So I have no idea what I'm getting. Not a single cooking fucking clue. Not a clue. Right. Lovely looking avocado, which is popping out leaves pretty much everywhere, which is quite nice. These granadillas are looking pretty good. Almost, I think these are about the time when I need to put them into their own pots and just thin them out. We got 4 or 5 there, so that's very cool. Another couple of mulberries grown from seed. Got some purple heart. Stapelias, more purple heart. This is the mother plant, maybe looking a bit ratty. I might want to just trim off 1 or 2 of these old leaves, just to get it to push out some new growth like this over here. Looking pretty cool. Some more mulberries, and it's drying. Shame, it's trying to put out fruit. No, not this year. This is an avocado, and unfortunately, I don't think this avocado is looking too good. So we may want to just rip this up. And you know what? Fuck that. I've got so many avocados. You can just stay there until I'm ready to deal with you. Now we have more mulberry. I know, right? So many mulberries. It's a lot. There is a lot of mulberries. Over here, we have a very interesting looking one. I found this cutting on sort of side of the road kind of thing. And there are a number of nodes going on this. Some which may be dead, and they may be pests, but this, that is, sure, that's quite a thing. Good luck to you. Good luck to your mulberry thingy. Yeah, and it's another mulberry. But over here, well, we have the intimidating granadilla, which is now putting on new growth up here. Had to rip a slug off this motherfucker because look at this. Guys. This is what slugs do. This is what slugs do. Look. Please observe the damage. Ouch. Yeah. Slugs are okay in your compost. They're not really okay in the rest of your garden. Over here, we have what looks to be a wild peach tree, which may have some dust and spider mites going on. Okay, so I'm going to have to give that a nice clean. But we do have some new growth going on here. So that also tells me, hey, it's a good sign. It's alive. Back we got some mulberry. Lots of wandering Jew. It really does, at some point, it does just kind of take over. We have some grass seeds that I've pulled from my mom's garden, which are doing quite well. But I do mean it's like a long grass. It's not quite like the lawn grass that anyway. Snake plant, which is putting on some new growth over here after I've taken some cuttings. So very happy to see that this guy still is alive and kicking and putting out new growth. And the thing that I've been moving out of the way the whole time here is this jasmine. This is star jasmine. Definitely putting out some new growth. Whoa. But it's a bit of a slow one right now, and it's probably because of the container. Purple Prince. Ooh, this one is nice, well, these few over here is nice and healthy. This one looking pretty good. And this one, that's one, is also looking quite good. Pretty bushy. At the back here we have a palm tree, baby palm tree, and rosemary. So this is also very cool. At some point I'm going to have some lavender and rosemary going on. Right, so we are now 40 minutes into this, and I'm just going to walk upstairs because there's more. And I'm just going to rush this now. So, lilies, tamarillo, banyan, mulberry, aloe, mulberry. I recently just put some seeds in here, so I'm not really 100% sure. This purple prince in a pot with a baby tree. So that's right. I've just gotten a... Yeah, I just took a cutting. And, oh, sorry, that's just shade. Whatever. Anyway, moving on. We have... You could see. Okay, you could see. You could see what I mean when I tell you that I've got a shitload of avocados. There's one popping up here and one popping up here. Right. Now, I also said about sycamore cuttings being quite challenging. Yeah. But if you look over here, you can still see some new growth happening. So it's still going. This one, the sycamore cutting is still going, but maybe. We'll see what happens. Avocado, mulberry, something, possibly ginger. Oh, look. Avocado, mulberry. Probably some more avocados in here. I'm not gonna lie. That tree dropped so many avocados, it's bloody ridiculous. And yeah, look, whatever doesn't sprout, I'm just gonna keep using the soil, whatever. Over here we have what looks like a lemon. I think it's a lemon tree. This is another cutting that I snatched recently. Fair amount of wandering Jews. This is a... I'm not 100% sure what it's called, but it's got this really cool, like, candied red fruit. It tastes like red cherry candy, if that makes any sense. I don't know. I can't remember the damn name, but it does have these nasty dual spikes. You can just see them here. This is baby's first spikes, so thankfully they're not exactly sharp and hard, but be careful, because this one, ouch, it's nasty as fuck. So, as you can see, we've got a couple of other things in jars. There's an onion there, some aloes. This is a black nightshade that has had a bunch of spider mites on it, and you can see the blotchiness. You can see the blotchiness from the damage. So pay attention to what your leaves are telling you, ladies and gentlemen. Right. Pumpkin. Ginger. I have no idea. And I also have no idea what that is. But over here we have avocado. Corn. This is a pretty good looking corn plant. Very cool. And just behind that, we have sweet potatoes. This is the second generation of sweet potatoes. This is from a sweet potato that I grew myself. So, fantastic. We're going to get these slips separated out and... these slips separated out and planted at some point soon. 2 more avocados, and another one, and like 5 in the same... Yeah, in the same little thing here. And oh, there it is. Yep, there it is. A little bit of scale. You die, you bugger. Right, and we also have another avocado here, which is... Yeah, I'm just... Guys, I'm overflowing with avocados. If you want one, just say so. Some more avocados, but this one over here I've called Morty because it's from a different place. This one just looks weird. It looks like an alien egg with a little clasp thing on the top, and I hope it lives. Right. And lastly, we have my spec bomb. And a couple of other things in Nescafe jars. This lovely little bonsai looking thing. Cool thing is, you can see the roots. Again, I love clear containers. Really lets you see what's going on. Damn you, you little irritating orchid fuck. You need to grow, okay? You need to put out new nodes and grow. Slow ass bastard. Okay, right. So now that I have updated everybody, I'm gonna get back to the gardening, and yeah. Phew. Let's just say it hasn't really explained everything. It hasn't explained the process, and it hasn't really shown off everything going on, because there's also the soil making machine underneath the table, and it results in glorious stuff like this. It's just it's great. Just awesome. Makes for a hell of a lot of fun when you're filling in pots and adding a new layer of topsoil and stuff like that. Fucking wonderful. Yeah, you. I wasn't talking about you. Anyway, everyone have a lovely day, and I will catch you in the next one.